Okay. Hi guys, it's Shannon and Zeus again. Welcome back. Don't lick it, pudding. So today's vlog is going to be about my traveling with my puppy Zeus. So I went to Las Vegas a few weeks ago and I was going to board him originally at a facility here in Memphis. However, the cost was way more than what it should have been. So it was like $266 to board him for 7 days, which for me, it wouldn't, the emotional cost and the financial cost was too much for me. So I decided to bring Zeus with me. And if you've ever traveled with a pet, you need to make a vlog about it, because I experienced some stuff that I never thought I would experience. The first thing I had to do was go onto each airline's website, look up the information and what I needed to get for Zeus, and they both have like a 1-800 numbers that you have to call to get the information about flying with your pet. And once you reserve your spot, because each airline has like a limit of the number of pets that can be carried onto the plane. So once I got all that information and then they looked up my flight information to see what planes I was on, they gave me the size of the crate that I would require to bring Zeus along. So I got the crate size, and United, I paid for him to fly immediately the same day I reserved it. And each airline, the reservation fee or the carry-on fee for your pet is $125. So that was $250. Now, originally, the boarding was $266. So I could have, just boarded him and been done with it. However, I don't think this is the first or the last time I'll be traveling for an extended period of time. And if I could bring Zeus along, I'm going to bring him along. So for me, buying the crate was a non-negotiable fee, because I could always, get that. That crate is going to last for a minute. So it's not just like a one-time use. But the $250 for, the $125 there and $125 back, that was kind of like the one-time fee for him. So $250 for the carry-on fee total. The crate was $50 and some change. And then I had to get paperwork. Each airline requires you to have paperwork that you have to bring along with you that says that your pet is in good health, is able to fly. Basically, the airlines don't want your dog or cat or whatever animal you're carrying on. They don't want the dog or cat to die on the plane, which is a good thing. So I had to get a health certificate from his vet, which that ended up actually being, I think I paid $70 for that. But Zeus was due for a vet visit anyway, so it was worth it. And so flying with Zeus, so I asked my vet before I came on, is there anything that I could give Zeus to make him more relaxed, or is there any drugs that she could prescribe and that she could feel in order for me to make sure that he didn't whine or bark or anything like that. Zeus is not a barker, so I wasn't really worried about him barking a whole lot on the plane. However, Zeus will whine to death. He will whine at a high-pitched, annoying whine. I don't even know how to make the sound of him whining, but it's like he wants to be with me. So that was why I was looking for the drugs, and to make sure that it was safe or anything. But I ended up, actually right now, it's illegal for veterinarians to prescribe It's illegal for veterinarians to prescribe sedatives for planes, as far as for him to fly with. So, but she said I could give him a Benadryl. She said give him one adult Benadryl tablet before boarding the plane, or an hour before boarding, and then I can give him another tablet in the air, an hour in, give him another tablet, and he should be good to go. So I ended up doing that the first time, but he really didn't need it the second time, which for me, he probably needed it the first time then, because the main ordeal that we faced, traveling together, was somewhere between the TSA in Las Vegas and the little train that you use that takes you to your the boarding area or whatever. Zeus had an accident. He ended up ripping off the right paw, ended up losing a nail on his middle finger, which I didn't even realize he had lost the nail. Poor baby. I thought he was licking his blood up off the floor, but I thought he was licking like spilled like spaghetti sauce or something, some food that had dried up, because I know my dog and he likes to eat and he will eat anything anywhere. He's equal opportunity eater. So I ended up I was like, what are you doing? And I didn't realize he was like bleeding to death until after, which he was bleeding really bad because he ripped the whole nail clean off, which was very painful. But I didn't realize until I saw blood on myself, and I had to like where am I bleeding from? I don't think I should be bleeding. And so I ended up, so I had to like get some stuff to stop the bleeding and wrap his polyp because he kept licking it, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not a good thing because of infection. So luckily they didn't have anything at any of like the vendors in the airport. So they ain't had no antibiotic, they had a first aid kit, but it was like band-aids, and he didn't need band-aids, he needed gauze and something to wrap his polyp with. So they didn't have anything. So I ended up going to one of like the airline people who sit at the gates, and they ended up finding they had like one little I guess we would call it, not even Curl-X. Yeah, I guess we could call it Curl-X, like little thin gauze or whatever. I don't know what it was, but me and her, we made it work. She was so helpful. Everybody else was kind of like, it's just dog, but she was so helpful. So shout out to that lady. I can't remember her name. She was very sweet. So he had to get his paw wrapped up, and so he was fine. He didn't really cry or anything. Zeus was a G. He was a G, you guys. He was like straight up, it's just my paw, I'm good, it's not anything to worry about. So he did good. One of the other bad things that happened to me while I was traveling was on my stop. I had a layover in Houston, and so I had to take Zeus outside to go to the bathroom and just go through security and show him your little boarding pass when you want to go back through. However, when I went to take him outside to go to the bathroom, there was a skycap guy who was out there, Johnny Smith or something his name was, old white dude. And he yelled at me, rudely yelled. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Not, how can I help you? Do you know where the dog area is? The dog area is over here. Do you need assistance? Nothing. He was just straight rude, yelling, berating me pretty much. Your dog can't pee here. First of all, if Zeus pick up his leg and piss, he can piss, okay? I'm not gonna sit up here and pick him up while he's peeing, because once it's going, it's not gonna stop. So if he peed on right there, he's gonna pee right there. And you're lucky that he went outside, because on the way to Las Vegas, he actually peed in the Las Vegas airport. So shut up, okay? It's 5 o'clock in the morning, nobody got time for that. It just really made me upset, because I'm like, I can't control where my dog goes to the bathroom. At least he made it outside. He didn't go inside. And the fact that he was just yelling at me, he wasn't trying to assist me. He wasn't even trying to show me in the right direction. He's just rude. And I think he was just basically racist, because why are you yelling at people this early in the morning? You weren't yelling at nobody else. You didn't give anybody else no rudeness. So why are you just giving it to me? Either you don't like dogs or you don't like black people. Which one is it? Being in Texas, I would lean towards you don't like people. But anywho, all in all, I feel like the travel experience with Zeus was pretty good. I mean, he did good. He only had one accident in the airport, and we had already been flying all day, and I didn't make him, I didn't take away his water, I feel early enough. Whereas on my way back, that day, he only had water that morning, and the rest of the day he didn't have any water, because I knew that we were flying for the next 8 hours or however long my flight was taking. So I tried to restrict his water intake, because he's not gonna die of thirst for no 8 hours. But I mean, he did good. I don't regret taking him. The only thing I regret is his nail coming off, which I don't know where it came from. I carried him up and down the escalators. The veterinarian, she said sometimes it just happens that they'll snag it on something and they'll just fall off. And the fact that he didn't cry proves that my dog is really tough. So he's a little soldier. He's a little soldier, buddy. Yes, you are. He's a little soldier, and he's still doing good. So when we got back, I took him to the vet again. And his vet is so sweet. I love her. And she was basically like, you know, it's okay, I didn't think I'd see him this soon, you're fine. So I was kind of giving myself a little guilt trip, and then she prescribed him, he had an antibiotic, and he got some pain medicine, and he's did really well. So I mean, overall, I don't have any regrets taking Zeus. I think he did good. He behaved well. He didn't really whine a lot. Even when he hurt his paw, he didn't really whine. The only thing he did do one time was on our way back in United, he like kind of like got the zipper apart, and like all I felt was fur on my foot. I'm like, what is fur on my foot? But it was Zeus. So that was the only thing that he really did that was like a little bit bad. But then like everybody else was really nice. All the airline stewardess, they were all nice to him. All of my little like seat people, they were all nice too. The one recommendation I can say is that if you do take your dogs on a plane or small animals and you have to put underneath the seat, to make sure that you are not sitting in the aisle, because the carry-on spot for the aisle seats are a lot smaller than the middle or the window seat. So make sure you have a middle or a window seat if you can reserve your own spot. Other than that, I mean, I enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. He, you know, he did good. Zeus is a G. He lost a nail. I lost some money overall. Luckily, I won some money in Las Vegas, so I ended up breaking, you know, pretty much almost even for the trip as far as like unexpected expenses. So I mean, it is what it is. And you know, I think Zeus liked his time in Vegas. He got to see his fur cousin Chloe, and he got to see his auntie, and he got to see Vegas, and he loved Vegas. Zeus loved Vegas. He want to go back. He want to go back, but not without Chloe. Ain't that right, Zeus? Yeah, I want to go back. But you know, Zeus was a G. He did good. Alright, so that is it for this vlog. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more videos of me and Zeus doing doggy stuff. And that's all I got. Bye.